Alright, so here we are, the final piece. This is actually a really long quest, as you can see from the length of the video. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of stuff I can talk about in this video, and I think this is, well, I still have about 8 videos to go as far as the guide goes. But yeah, I talked about in the last video Portal 2 coming to the PS3. So you know, that was Valve was talking about how their surprise was going to be Portal 2 related, but you know, I never saw that coming. So that was, you know, a surprise for what it's worth. So I'm gonna kind of talk about well, not Killzone 2. I'm gonna talk about kind of Microsoft versus Sony in their press conferences. They both did not talk about the hardcore audience as much as they should have. In a surprising turn of events, Nintendo was the publisher that, or the I don't know what they are. Anyway, they were the company that was talking the most of the big three about hardcore titles, which, you know, it's a huge surprise. I mean, I don't think that Sony and Microsoft should have focused on Kinect and Move as much as they should have. I find it interesting that Sony's Move is going to be $50. Microsoft said that people should not speculate about the price on their Natal, but you know, it's going to probably be $150, $100, and Microsoft is going to take all of your monies, and they're going to laugh it all the way to the bank. But you know, that's not what anybody cared about, and we all just care about the hardcore titles. Obviously, here, I mean, if you're watching a video guide, you're kind of a hardcore dude. And that was one of the coolest vehicle battles ever, if I must say. I'm just saying. So I'm going to talk about the hardcore titles. It was kind of like Sony, and you know, obviously all of the first-party titles aren't developed directly by Sony. In Microsoft's case, they are somewhat, because of like Lionhead Studios is a first-party developer, because they're part of Microsoft's game studios and stuff like that. And they got Peter Molyneux and all that stuff. But Sony, they kind of just the Killzone is made by Guerrilla, I believe, or either that or that's Uncharted. But I find it interesting that they're making Killzone 3. It's going to be a 2-year-old. I mean, Killzone 2. It's so obvious that they're trying to beat Gears of War 3 to the punch. I mean, if you look at the release date, now Killzone 2, it's coming out basically 2 years after. Not Killzone 3 is coming out about 2 years after Killzone 2. So you know, they're spacing out the development cycle very much so. And Gears of War 3, it's being spaced out even more. It's about 2.5 years. Because Gears of War 2 came out in like November of 2008, so April's kind of about 6 months after November. Anyway, so I find it interesting how they're having the having the war for the exclusivity war, where they got the Killzone and all that stuff, and the PS3 is having all the exclusive. Even though Black Ops isn't exclusive to the Xbox, on it, they're making all the DLC exclusive. And then you got EA partnering up with Sony with Dead Space, which is kind of funny if you think about it, because EA and Activision are kind of in a third-party developer war, or publisher war, where Activision is really partnering up with Microsoft, and Sony and EA are really partnering up. Because I think they were doing... Because I know Dead Space 2 is getting a limited edition with PS3 only. I'm not sure about Medal of Honor, but I'm sure they will announce something for Medal of Honor, if they haven't already. I mean, there's so much news coming out that it's kind of difficult to filter through it all. But I think it's kind of interesting that the third-party publishers are starting to group up now with EA and Activision, all that stuff. So I think that it's going to be interesting what comes of all of this. So yeah, and let's see, we got Halo Reach coming out this fall. I'm not really sure about Sony's lineup. It's kind of weak, and again, I don't really. I actually did not watch the Sony press conference. I know that they talked about their new PSN Plus service, but you know, I don't have an Xbox 360, or I do have an Xbox 360. I don't have a PS3, so I don't really, you know, care so much about Sony's press conference because it doesn't apply to me at all because I don't, you know, have the PS3 and I don't care about the exclusives like Uncharted and Killzone 3 and all that stuff. But I know they were talking about their move in the PSN Plus a lot during the press conference, so I can't really, you know, say much for their hardcore lineup, and I think it's kind of lacking for the holiday season. I mean, Microsoft, all they have to do is say, "Hey, we're gonna have Halo Reach," and you know that could be their holiday lineup, just like in 2007, where it was just Halo 3, and you know a lot of people made jokes about that, like, and they would just joke about Halo 3 being Microsoft's holiday lineup, but it kind of is, and you know I think they have, well, yeah, Black Ops coming out, but that's kind of it for their lineup for this year. And I'm sure Microsoft is going to be pushing for Black Ops to be seen as a game that you need to get on the Xbox 360, or you're going to be left in the dust. But you know, I'm not really a fan for their $15 map packs. So you know, maybe if the PS3 and the PC don't get them, I'm totally fine with that because they're kind of a waste of money and everything. So right here is a huge slaughter fest, if I must say. So, like, you know, grenades, explosive barrel, and the only thing that survived was Badass Raider. But, you know, that's kind of my opinion on all that stuff. Let's see what I have left. Let's see, Killzone. Oh, Fallout New Vegas details. You know, I'm kind of got a hard on for that game. And that is one of the... I think they're really catering to the PC audience for that one. Actually, I had a post on the Next Gen Walkthrough News forums where I posted the interview that was a fan interview, but it was... I'm not sure who it was with, but they were talking about the PC details for Fallout New Vegas, and they were talking about how the PC will be using Steam, kind of like Modern Warfare 2 did, where you have to have Steam in order to play it. And I think that's a really good move. They said they're going to be coordinating, well, they implied that they're going to be coordinating all their DLC through Steam, which is really nice because Steam DLC, it's easy to download. I heard that with Fallout 3 they used Windows Live, which is it's an abomination of PC gaming, and they used that for their DLC, and there were a lot of problems with it, like Windows Live deleting all of your save files if you know weren't using Windows Live the entire time you were playing Fallout 3. So I think that it's really, really good that they are straying from Windows Live, which, you know, no honest PC gamer can say that they enjoy using it. So I think that deviating from that's good. But their E3 news really is something that I will have to talk about in the next video, because this video is starting to come to a close. Oh. Well, anyway, we can sit here and watch me shotgun to death Baron Flint, which apparently is medicinal.